Hello, hello, salut. I am the Rasta Witch. Here's where we learn the way of the Yan Sui Rasta, which is to say, my kind of Ital. Please subscribe and begin your own kind of Yan Sui witchcraft. All roads lead to Rome. Home. Okay, today we are doing the Lover's card. Roman numeral 6. On the sixth day, Jah created man and woman. Today, we are doing the Lover's card, Romeo and Juliet. The human desire for union is overwhelming, a major drive in our psyche, and it is one of the pathways that cross the abyss in the Sephirot of the Kabbalah. One of the pathways to the divine. So far in the Fool's Journey, we have done the pyramid of pathways entirely across the abyss, numbers 0, 1, 2, and 3. We have done the High Priestess card, which takes the self directly to the top of the tree. And we have done all the pathways that cross the abyss, taking us to number 2, Kokma. We are now going to do the pathways that cross the abyss, taking us to Binah, number 3, the feminine side of the polarity across the abyss, the Heavenly Mother. Binah means understanding, divine understanding needed before we can go to Keter. The lovers who does not want to love and be loved. All of us, right? Could you be loved and be loved? All relationships of all kinds are built on this attraction and love. Well, besides toxic ones and authoritarian, it is the most simple and most natural expression of the heart. We might think of the rose. Its beauty and thorns remind us of the mixed blessing of a loving relationship. Let's look deeper at the cards. Okay, in my deck, the Herbal Tarot, we've got a man and a woman. They're naked to symbolize Adam and Eve. That's Adam and Eve before the fall of Adam, when they were naked in their innocence. So this is an important symbol. Most lovers' cards shows a man and a woman naked. It's because that man and woman is Adam and Eve. You can see the corresponding herb in the Herbal Tarot deck is parsley, which is a really strong aphrodisiac. This book isn't so much before the fall, as it's kind of more like during the fall. They're discovering their nudity and inventing sex, in the mythology of Adam and Eve. I think it's interesting in tarot cards that we often have 3 mountains or 3 hills or 3 pyramids or something separating the figures on the card, and then a valley with a river going through it. Does that mean the journey from the figure in the card to the mountains, or does it mean the journey that they took from the mountain to get where they are now? I'm not sure. But here we see the light coming from the heavens, and Adam's enjoying the beauty and noticing the beauty of Eve. Okay, so here we have the Thoth deck. This is an alchemical card about the union of opposites. Here we have Eve and Lilith on the top, Cain and Abel. Apparently, Aleister Crowley believes the black man's skin is the curse of Cain. That's ridiculous, because in the curse it says that if anybody that isn't cursed of the curse of Cain were to kill someone that had that curse, they would have that same curse. Is it 7-fold or 10-fold or something? So that would mean white people would be 10 times darker than black people, and obviously we're not even dark in the first place. And they also would be hidden in the earth. I think it's Bigfoot, because the curse, that's why we can't ever find Bigfoot, because the curse is that they would never be found. And they stink and everything, and so everything about them it matches perfectly. That's a much better guess. Sasquatch. That should be a Sasquatch and Cain. but it's not. Okay, and then we also have the king and queen, and the white eagle of salt, and the red lion of sulfur. Again, this is an alchemical card. So we also see the egg of wisdom there, a famous symbol through the ages. And below it, we see the winged wand of Osiris. And then above the couple is the hermit, giving his blessing to the marriage. And of course, we've got Cupid up there shooting arrows in all directions. So here we've got the Sephiroth deck. This one has a fully dressed man and woman holding hands. The pharaoh and his wife. The wife is a black woman and the man is white. The union goes beyond racial barriers. This card puts extra emphasis on the astrological signature, which is Gemini. The word Gemini means twins, and Gemini is an air sign whose symbol is the sword. See the sword? And on top of the sword is the watchful eye of Raphael, who is the guardian over elemental air. We see this nowadays with the internet, the power of education and information. The dangerous serpent around the sword that divides Adam and Eve, or Adam and Steve, or Eve and Elaine, whatever, is the power of word can divide. Watch what you say. And we notice the corresponding Hebrew character, Zain. Right there. See, that's the Hebrew character Zain, the corresponding Hebrew character, which means sword. Again, Gemini is an air sign. So, looking at the chart, the lover's pathway takes the self, number 6, to Binah, number 3. Tiferet, number 6, meaning beauty, and Binah, number 3, meaning understanding. The beauty of our lives, of our bodies, uniting across the abyss to divine understanding, sex magic. Sex can divide us or it can unite us, but if done in a beautiful friendship, this being the card of friendship, Gemini, it can bring us closer to Jah. It's about more than just sex. In fact, it can mean any of the various platonic friendships or unions out there as well. This card will support you when you seek companionship or friendship. It reminds us of what can be gained when two people come together, the infinite possibility of love, like Romeo and Juliet, defining obstacles and overcoming everything put in their path. This card indicates that a choice is being offered, but you need to know what you want in order to choose correctly. Be sure to understand what is being offered. This card stresses the positive nature of a relationship in your life and suggests the significance of an honest and loving partnership. Like we see with the nudity of Adam and Eve. Especially nowadays, with the earth having such a huge population of humans, marriage is no longer just about making babies. Our view of what's beautiful and desirable will evolve to include more kinds of unions. Remember, just a couple hundred years ago, marriage was just contractual. Romanticism itself is a new social construct. To be non-progressive in that evolution would be poison, like we see with the serpent on the card.